Hey everybody, Thomas Shirley here with Throne Builders, and I wanted to take this opportunity to share with our YouTube channel a dream that God gave me in August of 2016. Now, I've written a blog about this, and in the description below, you'll find the link for the blog. Now, I want you to read the blog because it actually has the detailed dream laid out in it, and as I give you a brief recap in this video and tell you the application of it, I'm going to leave out a lot of those details. So please take the time, click the link below, and read the whole blog itself. It's a really amazing dream, and it's for the body of Christ. In fact, it's for anybody that wants to step out and see some change. So I'm going to give you a brief recap of the dream. It was a three-part dream. In the first part of the dream, I was in some type of an older institution like a prison, and I was in a room, and they were in a prison cell, and in the cell there were many other people in there, and when you walked into the room there was 2 or 3 or 4 maybe right inside the room, and then there was some more back in the back. I was in the front with these other handful of men. It seemed like an all-male prison. The door opened and a man came in with his bodyguards, and the man looked a lot like Darth Vader, believe it or not. It was different. He had like a TV, like an old black and white TV in his chest and everything, but it was a very similar look to Darth Vader. Even in the dream, I remember thinking, oh, it's like Darth Vader. And his guys looked like the security guards on the Death Star, not the stormtroopers, but the other ones. Anyways, he came in. There's no wind, yet his cape was flowing. Really weird imagery. But he came in, and it was clear that everybody was afraid of him. And he was standing at the part speaking to the men in the back, and the rest of us were in this front part listening. Well, he left. Shortly after he left, the door exploded open, like someone had put TNT on it and made the door to explode. And this group of soldiers, for lack of a better term, come into the prison cell. They're there to break us out, but not to lead us to freedom. They're going to break us out and take us to a different type of captivity. So we end up, you'll have to read the blog to get more detail because I don't want to spend a lot of time on it, but we end up escaping. And it was interesting because in this particular phase of the dream, I escaped, and there was one person with me that escaped with me, and he was a black man, a man with black skin. And the reason that that's very significant to me personally is because of my heart for Africa, and in particular, some of the ministers that I know in the Kenya, Africa area. So that phase of the dream, you'll have to read the blog to get the rest of the details. That phase of the dream passes off the scene, and the next thing I know, I'm in like an old prison camp out in the woods, out in a forest somewhere. The man that runs this prison camp, remember the other man looked like Darth Vader. This man looked like the comic book character Kingpin, and I don't know if you've seen the new Netflix Daredevil series or not. It's very, very gory, so if you don't like violence, don't. But the man that's in this dream, in this Netflix series of Daredevil that plays Kingpin or Wilson Fisk, that's what this man looked like in my dream, and this was before I'd ever seen Daredevil, so it was a very distinct character, but very big, bald, white, heavy guy. And in this dream, he had a little sidekick with him, and they were just always on our case and giving us grief. Well, in this prison camp, guess what? Another group, seemed like a group of soldiers, invaded the camp and were coming in to break us out, but it wasn't to break us out for freedom. It was to break us out and take us into captivity. So we ended up, in the chaos of the infighting, we ended up being able to escape, me and a handful of other men. And as in the first dream, we ended up actually escaping from this incoming army and getting away ourselves. And now in this dream, again, as the infighting came, as this other army came in to take us into a different captivity, we managed to escape again. So read the blog. You'll want to see all the details I'm leaving out. The third part of the dream, I was in a medieval type of a prison camp. I mean, you know, horses and carriages and steel carriages, and everybody had the armor on and the mail and all the stuff that goes with it, and swords and javelins and whatnot. And I was being held captive there. And the man that held me captive there would kind of look, you know, kind of this sleazy looking kind of guy, a bad guy from an old Robin Hood movie or something like that. And very controlling, very manipulative. cumulative. And in this prison camp, this all happened in one night. In this prison camp, once again, an invading force came in to break us out, but to take us into a different type of a captivity. And in this particular dream, apparently I was the servant for the main prison warden out here in this camp in the woods, this medieval forest camp. And I was the one that would pedal his carriage around. So he got in the back and I started to pedal. He's like, get me out of here. And I remember in the dream, I started pedaling and I was like, why do I keep pedaling for this man? And I got it going real fast and I jumped out and he crashed into some trees and perished in the accident. So as I woke up, my wife could tell you that as I woke up, I was like, well, that's the weirdest thinking dream I ever had in my life. It was really bizarre. And you'll get what I mean even more when you read the blog below. But the next day I went out in the woods. I was like, okay, God, I clearly was some type of a message from you. So what's that all about? And God told me that right now, starting now in August of 2016, there is going to be so much confusion in enemy camps, and there's going to be tremendous infighting. One camp of darkness will invade another camp of darkness, and there will be infighting. And in the confusion in the spirit realm, people that are aware of the opportunity can break away and be free from the captivity. They don't have to be led into a different captivity. They don't have to stay in the captivity they're in. They can break forth. And I remember saying, God, what's the point of this breakthrough? He said, over the next 5 years, and listen to me, over the next 5 years, there are opportunities for you to break away. And as you break away, you will be able to set things in motion to develop works in the earth, kingdom works that will bring transformation, that will bring healing and health to many people. And in this time period of 5 years, the growth and the stability of these kingdom works that are going to be developed through the people that escape is going to be so powerful that at the end of the 5-year period, the spirit realm is going to come to itself and understand that it has been basically been robbed of all of its captives. And when this dark spirit realm sees all these works that have been developed, the strength of these works will be so vast that the spirit realm will have no ability to stop them. They will become eternal works in the earth because God is sending confusion against our enemies to break us free. So I hope that you'll take the time to read the blog below to understand the wonderful season of life that we are in right now. That's about 1.5 years ago that I had that dream. So there's still 3.5 years. And we have seen in our own family, and we've seen many other people since I had that dream, transformation after transformation, big breakthroughs, big changes, big encounters, big opportunities. So I just want to encourage you. The season that we're in is a wonderful season. I look forward to your comments below. I'd like to see what your thoughts are about this. And also, don't forget to check out the blog, subscribe to our channel, and would like to ask you to consider being a Patreon partner. You'll see the link for that as well in the description below. This is Thomas Shirley from Throne Builders. God bless you.